Alright? Because she's saying that you used to talk about things after death, okay? And she says, you had this little conversation where you said, whoever goes first, I want them to come back and let me know. Yeah? Yeah? Okay? And she's saying, give him a promise. Alright? And I'll leave you with that one. Okay? Thank you very much. Thank you. Can I come to you, love? The lady with the nice smile there. Yeah. Okay. Right, as I draw close to you. Oh, okay, alright. As I draw close to you. I'm getting a lot of pain in the stomach area here, okay? And I'm feeling, to be quite honest, there's two of them here. There's a man and a woman, okay, coming through for you. And I think they both had some very similar, symptoms, but the illness wasn't the same, if that makes sense. Okay? Yeah. I've got a lady here who I feel, she had a lot of problems in the upper stomach here. Okay? And she's telling me that she was being treated for all sorts of different things.
Yeah.
You can understand that, can't you? But what she was being treated for wasn't the actual problem.
Yeah.
Alright, okay? And the problem was just something that couldn't be sorted out. Alright, and you can understand that, thank you. She's giving me a February birthday or anniversary here. As I said, not necessarily with her, but with someone linked to her. Okay, remember when I say anniversary, it can be a wedding anniversary, passing, you know, we're never quite sure which, you know, because sometimes we're not always very specific. And she's saying to me that when she passed, she said, although she'd been ill for quite some time, it was quite a quick passing, okay? It was almost like from being kind of diagnosed to the actual passing was quite a short period.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can understand that. And she's saying that there were so many things she wanted to say to you, but she didn't really get the chance. Okay? Alright? Because she said by the time she realised that it was, you know, her time to go, she said she hadn't really thought about what she was going to say. Okay? But she says she just wants you to know that she was grateful for everything. Alright? Yeah? And she says that although she didn't say it often enough, she did care very, very much, she said. Okay? And she's saying she's still getting her hair done. Okay? Yeah? And you can understand that, can't you? Because it seemed as though it was a very regular thing with her. Alright? And even when she was ill, it still had to be done. You know, because she just, you know, she didn't like her hair untidy. And what's this about? Oh my, I have no idea who this is here, but it seems as though they're a bit of a joker. Because somebody's saying, shoe fetish. So who is the one with all the shoes? Right? There's loads and loads of shoes here. Okay? So there's somebody around you who loves shoes, but unfortunately doesn't always wear them. Okay? Alright? And she's saying that it's almost as if they always kind of go out and buy a pair of shoes and then get them home and either find they don't like them or they don't fit.
Yeah.
Okay? Alright? Yeah. Okay, now, again, that's a bit of a weird one. You've been having trouble with your toilet flush?
Not me personally.
Or next.
You have a problem. Yeah. You flush it and it don't flush back up.
No. Okay. Yeah, all right. That's enough of that. Okay. Right. She's saying that she's moaning here about the garden.
A garden.
Yeah. Because she's saying the grass needs cutting, she says. Okay, and I'm not just sure if this is here and now, but it's like, you know, it could be going back to when she was still here.
Yeah.
Okay, because she's moaning about the garden here, and she's saying the grass needs cutting. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because she was a stickler for having it all nice and tidy.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
She says, how am I supposed to sit out there when the grass is up to here?
Yeah.
She's showing me a load of photographs here, and they're in a little box.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And there's quite a stack of them. Alright? And these are going back over several years. And there's some of her when she was younger. Okay? And there's one in particular, and if you go in the box, I would say it's about 5 down, okay, in the box. And it is a black and white photograph, and it's her in dress with a pair of, they're not sandals, they're court shoes, she's saying, with a little bit of a heel. The shoes look like they're white. If they're not white, then they're a light colour, because as I said, it's a black and white photo, so, you know, but she's got this dress on. All right, thank you very much. She's telling me it had light blue flowers on it. Okay. All right. So have a look at that photo, because I'm being told it was taken at the seaside, she says. All right. Yeah. And she says, we weren't on holiday, so we're looking at either a day trip or something like that, yeah? Okay? And she's saying that, and she's talking about June here as being a very significant month. Okay? Yeah? So if it's something that hasn't already happened, there's something happening in June that's quite important. Okay? Yeah? And she's saying, stop worrying about it all, it will get sorted out. And she's saying that you keep looking around the house and thinking, oh, that needs doing.
Driving me bumpkin.
And she said, it will all get done, so she said, just stop worrying about it. Okay, I'll leave you with that, thank you very much.
Thank you.
So I'm going to have to have a little think here, because I've got a gentleman coming through here who is having a lot of problems with swallowing. Is it with you over here? Gentleman, when he comes. Yes? Okay? Yeah. Because he's telling me that he used to feel as though he had a lump in his throat. Okay? Yeah? And he's drawing very close, so I'm feeling, you know, there's a fatherly vibration here, or you know, that sort of side. Yeah. Okay? Yeah. And he's also saying, I don't want you to be upset, okay? Look, because he says that you've been shedding a lot of tears, okay? And he says that you've been thinking back about a lot of things. And it's as though you've been thinking, what could I do differently? Okay? There was nothing you could have done differently. Okay? Yeah? Because he says that what was about to happen was about to happen anyway. Okay? And he says that there was nothing that could be done about it. Alright? And he's saying, so don't get yourself afraid yet. Okay? There's an anniversary coming up soon. Okay? Yeah? And he's saying, I don't want it to be a miserable time. Okay? He says, I'd rather, you had a few pints and had a good sing-song. Alright? Because he said, to be quite honest, he said, I don't want anybody to be miserable. Because he said, I always try to make things, to jolly things along, he says. Alright? Yeah? Because he says, even at the worst times, he said, I tried to keep my spirits up. And he says, that's what I want you to do as well. Yeah? Okay. He's talking to me. Okay, that's fine. Did you get you some kind of car out of some old pram wheels when you were young? Because I've got like this thing with pram wheels on it. And I'm not quite sure what it is, or if it's not pram wheels, it's some kind of little trolley. It's full of tools anyway, whatever it is.
It's my partner's tools.
Oh right, okay.
Gave them to us in the car.
Oh, alright, yeah. And were they in kind of sort of like a box on the wheels?
Yeah.
Oh, alright.
Big
Okay.
thing.
Alright. The funny thing is, this is going from a box of tools to a pram. Right? It's going between the two here. So, if the pram is not significant at the moment, okay, then it soon will be.
Not me.
No. But what I'm saying is, there's a pram here, so I've got a feeling that somebody's either expecting a baby or...
Well, they need to get pushed me a mace.
Alright?
I've got enough.
It is somebody linked to you.
I've got enough.
Okay.
They can have it.
Hey.
You gotta have it for the room.
I don't fit yours.
Thank God.
Alright?
I've got enough.
But it is linked to you. Okay? So, just watch out for it, okay? Yeah, it's not very far wrong. Because he's just, he's weaving a pram there. Okay? And he's also saying that... Okay, alright. He's saying there's been a lot of things moving about. Okay? Alright, you can understand that, can't you?
Very good word, yeah.
Yeah. And he says, I can't just come and knock on the door, he says. He says, because you wouldn't take any notice anyway. He says, every time there's a knock on the door, you go, somebody's at the door. You can understand that, can't you? Yeah? And by the time you get there, they're probably gone. But he says, you can't just knock on the door, he says, because for obvious reasons you wouldn't answer it. He says, but he's trying to show you he's there because he's moving things about, okay? Yes, you can understand that. Okay? And he's saying that, what's this to do with a special mug? Okay? Yeah, you can understand that. And he's saying, I keep putting it there so you can make me a cuppa. Alright? Yeah, you can understand that.
Yeah.
Because when he was here, he used to hold it out and say,
Yeah, go watch it come back.
And what's this about ginger nut biscuits?
Oh, that's my husband's uncle.
Yeah.
Every time he did me a job, like before I built his stomach, he goes, "Oi woman, go and get me a cup of coffee and some ginger biscuits."
Okay.
When I went to see him, I thought because he was a jokester, I thought he was going to sit up in his coffin and go, "Oh, I would like a cup of coffee and ginger biscuits, woman." So I didn't go in the room. I went to put half in the room and out of it. And I just stayed in, and I was like, "Oh God."
Oh dear.
It was my first time ever seeing something like that.
Yeah. There's also a lady coming through for you personally. And she's coming through on a motherly link, so I'm talking about mother's side of the family here. And as she's coming through, she's saying to me that when she passed, she says she had some problems in the chest area. Okay, yeah? And she's saying that, and she's talking to me about either some kind of bronchial link or something like that here. You know, bronchitis or pleurisy. I think it's, yeah, because I'm feeling it in the back as well, so I'm feeling it as well in pleurisy. And as she's coming through, she's saying to me that sometimes she tries to, she tries to communicate with you. But she says, often you think you hear something, but then you start putting it down to imagination, yeah? But you do turn around and look. So, you know, so you do acknowledge it in a way, but not completely, yeah? And she's talking to me here about, a small jewellery box, okay? It's about that square, okay, and there's something on top of it. Yeah, because it's, yeah, so it's on top, if you understand what I mean, yeah, because it's not a flat top. God, okay, alright, hold on a minute, I'll see to you in a minute. And she's saying that in this jewellery box, there's a bracelet and a ring, okay, yeah. I'm seeing blue stones here, okay, alright, yeah. And the bracelet, first of all I thought there were stones in the bracelet, but there's not, it's plain, isn't it? It's kind of, it looks as though it's got stones in, but it hasn't, okay, you can understand that. And also in that box, we're talking about, okay, a brooch that looks a bit leaf-shaped. Okay, have you still got it? The box or? Okay, have a look, okay? Yeah, we'll have a look. Because it looks like the brooch is leaf-shaped. Having said that, there's a gentleman coming through here, and he's telling me that when he passed, he had a lot of problems in the throat area, okay? And so much so that it made his voice quite hoarse, yeah? And he's also saying that there was also a box with some of his things in.
Yeah.
Okay, and you can understand about that one. But his wasn't jewellery. I've got 3 badges there. Okay? One of them I'm looking at, and it looks a bit like a British Legion badge because it's got some kind of writing above the emblem, yeah? And there's also some buttons, and they look like they could be buttons off of a tunic. Okay, so I'm talking about army buttons here, yeah, okay. And also there's, oh, okay, piece they had on the shoulder. It's like rounded, and it's got it. Okay, I've seen one before that's got Essex written on it, but this one hasn't. I can't quite make out what it has got written on it. Okay. Actually, it looks like there is an E though. It looks like there is an E, but it's not the full word. East something. Yeah? So have a look if you're not sure, because I can't quite make out what it says. But I think the reason for that is because it seems as though it's a bit rough. Okay, a bit worn. Okay. And he's saying, don't throw them away. Alright? Because he's saying they were all there for a reason, they were memories, okay? Because they weren't all his, were they? And at one time there were some medals, but what happened to the medals? Because I think they ended up getting handed out to somebody else.
Yeah.
You can understand that?
Yes.
And he's saying they are memories, so he says please keep them. He says because they are the thing that links into you. Okay? And he does try and let you know that he's there in other ways, but you don't always, you know. So start trusting. And I'll leave you with that, thank you.